It's here. Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Featuring America's best-selling brand. Leading the way, Ford Fusion, C-Max, Focus, and Escape. Winning starts here, so hurry into Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Now, during the Great American Tailgate Event, get Fiesta, Focus, or Fusion for 0% financing for 72 months, only at your Mid-South Ford dealer.
Hi, I'm Ani Ivan, a AAA insurance agent. Chances are you know AAA, and you don't know AAA.
I knew they could save me on the side of the road.
But I didn't know they could save me hundreds on auto insurance, but I do now.
I switched my auto insurance over to AAA, and I saved $200.
If I can save money and get great service and excellent coverage, then it's a win-win-win.
At AAA, we're always with you. And that includes great savings on auto insurance. You could save up to $369 a year. That could be hundreds better than State Farm, Farmers, even Allstate. And save big when you combine your auto and home policies.
I know that my family is covered. I have no worries.
People work really hard for their money, so they should get the most out of every cent.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you. So discover the AAA you don't know.
The one that could save you hundreds on auto insurance.
Call 877-222-1643 for your free insurance quote. AAA Insurance. So easy, so smart, so switch.
You're watching Mississippi's best newscast. 3 on your side. The WLBT 4 p.m. report.
The NFL season is just beginning, but the league's off-the-field issues continue to overshadow Sunday's games. Jay Gray has more.
On the field, the games continue.
Throws for a touchdown.
While off the field for the National Football League, the ongoing problems, legal and otherwise, are anything but a game.
I think that the NFL itself is in a bit of a crisis.
A superstar accused of abusing his child. Another seen on camera beating his then fiancée, who's now his wife. A handful of players facing domestic abuse allegations or charges. And the commissioner, Roger Goodell, who's admitted to dropping the ball when it comes to punishment and a league policy on domestic violence.
Where is Roger Goodell's concrete steps to keep these victims safe? I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Facing a growing PR blitz and outrage from fans, today the league announced it's hired 2 high-profile women, a former law enforcement agent and a victims' rights advocate, to help with the creation and enforcement of a, quote, full range of education, training, and support programs relating to domestic violence.
I think this latest development is a positive one. But the bottom line is that from the very start, Roger Goodell has handled this case, particularly around Ray Rice, this domestic violence assault case, really deceptively.
Ray Rice is now challenging his indefinite suspension, and the Vikings have announced Adrian Peterson will be allowed to practice and play this week after sitting out Sunday. 2 of the men at the center of the NFL controversy, like the league,
7 yards deep in the end zone,
trying to turn attention back to the field. Jay Gray, WLBT News.
Adrian Peterson's child abuse charges are sparking a larger conversation. Social media is filled with comments about when the line is crossed between discipline and child abuse. The University of Mississippi's Children's Justice Center works closely with DHS and law enforcement. Dr. Scott Benton says there are warning signs that cannot be ignored. Bruises or cuts to certain parts of a child's body are automatic reason for concern.
So intent does form part of, I guess, the ultimate conclusion, but I don't use intent when I'm looking at an injury. So if the parent committed the act, that's the first element of it.
Mississippi changed its child abuse law last year. The bill was supported by the state's Prosecutors Association. Supporters say it bridges the gap between the legal and medical definitions of child abuse. It also takes a stair-step approach to penalizing offenders. We're hearing many different opinions about the Adrian Peterson situation. So what do you think? Visit our website, msnewsnow.com, or the WLBT Facebook page to let us know what you think. Madison County Sheriff Randy Tucker says a professional drug dealer is off the streets. Tucker announced the arrest of Caleb K. Shabra. Shabra was arrested for possession with intent to distribute synthetic LSD. Sheriff Tucker also says synthetic LSD has become more prominent, and his department has been working hard to arrest those who sell it to kids. Tucker tells us Madison County will not become home to drug dealers. More arrests are expected. The sheriff says investigators are working to disable a network of dealers. A man who escaped from JPD headquarters last month will remain behind bars. 18-year-old Edward Boyd appeared before Judge Houston Patton this morning. Boyd escaped after an appearance in municipal court. He was arrested on charges of auto theft and auto burglary in Jackson. Those charges stem from a crime he's accused of committing while out on bond from Ridgeland. Ridgeland police officials say the car burglary there happened right in front of the police department. Investigators say surveillance video shows Boyd breaking a window and stealing a purse out of the car. Boyd was denied bond and his hearing today was rescheduled for a later date. Hinds County Board of Supervisors have voted down a proposal to increase the minimum wage for some county workers. The vote this morning was 3-2. Supervisor Robert Graham told us over the weekend it would have cost the county about $66,000 per year to make the increase happen. He said it's a Democratic issue. With the board made up mostly of Democrats, the measure should have passed. In other Mississippi news now, an accident near Interstate 59 at the Evelyn Gandy Parkway exit in Hattiesburg has been backing up traffic now for several hours. The accident has forced the closure of 2 exit ramps. Authorities say a tanker carrying 8,100 gallons of ethanol overturned on the off-ramp. This update today, Governor Phil Bryant is asking the Small Business Administration to send damage assessment teams to DeSoto County. The area was hit by flooding Thursday. If the governor's request is granted, the SBA would provide low-interest loans for families and businesses. Damage assessments show major damage in 4 homes, 8 apartments, and 10 businesses. 55 homes, 58 apartments, and 67 businesses have minor damage. 7 roads had major damage. 3 bridges and 1 public building had minor damage. Temperatures were almost fall-like this weekend, but they didn't hang around. For more on what we can expect this week, let's head on over to the First Alert Weather Center and meteorologist Michael Haynes. Michael.
And Maggie, what an amazing weekend. Many of us struggled to get out of the 60s all day on Saturday. We made it to the low 70s in many spots, but it was a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend. But now it's warmer, and we're back in this typical summertime pattern for right now, with a few isolated to scattered showers developing. We have some clouds in place, and the temperatures themselves back in the upper 80s to near 90. Vicksburg at 90 now, Macomb at 90, Jackson down from the low 90s where we hit that earlier this afternoon, back down to 88 degrees. Now we have a weak cold front headed this way that will impact some of us by tomorrow. We'll talk about that coming up in our full forecast.
Thanks, Michael. The State Health Department confirms another human case of West Nile virus. That brings the state total to 25 cases so far this year. The new case was reported in Hinds County. Cases have been reported so far in Adams, Bolivar, Covington, Forest, Harrison, Hinds, Lauderdale, Madison, Newton, Rankin, Yazoo, and Wilkinson counties. 3 deaths this year in Forest, Madison, and Yazoo counties. In 2013, Mississippi had 45 cases and 5 deaths. Energy companies and fire departments in the Jackson metro area say they received hundreds of calls this morning when an excess of a protective chemical in natural gas lines made people think gas was leaking in their homes. Students were also evacuated from Casey Elementary in Jackson and Ann Smith Elementary in Ridgeland. It turns out it was not a gas leak. Robert Leslie from Atmos Energy says Gulf South, a wholesale gas company out of Pearl, put too much percaptan in their system. Atmos officials say it will take a little while to flush out the system so that the smell could be lingering for a while now. Well, remember, if you ever smell gas, leave and call 911 or Atmos. Money is headed to the families of victims after more than a dozen deaths related to faulty equipment in GM vehicles. And could how you travel to work improve your health? More on that straight ahead.
Monogram Express is now Heart of the South apparel and gifts. Same store with a whole lot more. Come browse our huge selection of Southern t-shirts featuring Simply Southern, Salt Life, Fripp and Folly, Jadelyn Brooks, and much more. Heart of the South, Highway 80 in Brandon, across from McAllister's.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy brand features affordable, high-quality products with many of the same ingredients found in the name brand products.
It's the same exact ingredient.
There's even a satisfaction guarantee if you're not happy with your purchase. Get to know your neighbor at goodneighborpharmacy.com.
In September, Good Neighbor Pharmacy is having a 1-cent sale. Select Good Neighbor Pharmacy products, buy one, get one for a penny.
With products to help you with all your daily healthcare needs, this sale's too good to pass up.
Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
Monogram Express is now Heart of the South apparel and gift. Same store with a whole lot more. Come browse our great selection of women's apparel and accessories, plus a huge selection of Ronaldo jewelry. Heart of the South, Highway 80 in Brandon, across from McAllister's.
Download the all-new MS News Now app. New features connecting you to a better experience. Video, slideshows, live streaming, custom alerts for breaking news, weather, and the stories that matter to you. The all-new MS News Now app. For your smartphone and tablet, connect right now. Search MS News Now in your app store or text app to 340340.
It's a fact. The summer heat is here, and that can mean big electricity bills. So let's get moving. Raise your thermostat a few degrees and let your fans do the rest. Caulk around windows to keep the cool air in, and on the sunny side of the house, close those blinds. Simple things can cut your electricity bills way, way down. So don't wait. Find more ideas to lower your bill at EnergySavings.com. That's the power of people. Entergy.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Michael Haynes.
Well, after a nice, refreshing cool down over the weekend, it looks and feels a little bit more like summer today. We have these scattered showers developing. You expect that on any given summertime afternoon, although they aren't widespread, just hit and miss showers here and there. There's one right on Highway 84 here, just east of Collins. Otherwise, coverage throughout the day today. In fact, spots that warmed up earlier this afternoon into the low 90s. Jackson hit at least 91 today because of the clouds actually back down into the upper 80s at the Jackson Airport at 88. Same thing at 88. Same thing in Natchez, but it's 90 in Vicksburg and Macomb. Those temperatures are above average for this time of the year. For this evening, a couple of showers are possible between now and around sunset. Otherwise, warmer and a little bit more muggy tonight, dropping to near 70 degrees by early tomorrow morning. But we have another cold front not too far to the north of us here. Omaha at 61. Ahead of the front, though, it's in the 70s, 80s, and, of course, 90s in parts of this state. And as that front begins to edge in during the day tomorrow, it will slightly enhance our coverage of showers and thunderstorms. Even later tonight toward early tomorrow morning, a few showers or storms possible over North Mississippi. Then they will increase in coverage tomorrow, but they will still be scattered. We're talking about scattered showers and storms yet again tomorrow, where some of us get wet while others stay completely dry. And with that, due to that front is not all that strong, so we'll cool down a couple of degrees, but generally we'll stay at, if just not a notch above average for the next several days in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Morning lows will run a little bit cooler though once that front passes. Now the Gulf of Mexico all quiet. We do have a hurricane here in the southwest west Baja Peninsula, California Peninsula here. This thing, Hurricane Odell, moving along that thing. It will continue to weaken. No impacts from us for that storm. We also have Hurricane Edward way out here in the Atlantic, and no major change in our thinking with this. This will turn back to the north and the northeast. No impacts for the east coast of the U.S. certainly, or the Gulf of Mexico. 70 degrees by early tomorrow morning, mild and muggy tonight. A scattering of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow in the upper 80s, 88 degrees. Then we'll still mention the chance for a few showers or storms both on Wednesday or Thursday. The temperatures holding at or just above average though, Maggie, without any significant cooler air headed in here within the next several days.
All right, Michael, thanks. Could antibiotics be overprescribed by your doctor? The answer in Medical Matters. And investigators link more deaths to a flaw with an automaker's ignition switches. Details coming up.
You ain't got no money, everything is tight. But if you have an accident, you can't afford to fight. His claim is true. He'll come to you. If you can't come to him, Don Evans, he'll come to you.
You smell the cheese in the air?
I do. I thought there was a lot of cheese on the Cheesy Pub chicken sandwich, but you clearly went all out here.
Well, 'tis the cheesin', my friend. If not now, then when?
Yeah,
You know?
well, maybe never, but...
In case I haven't already said it, cheesin's greetings.
You said it 3 times already, but thank
Oh,
you.
I
I'll
did.
take it again, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Doesn't get cheddar than this.
Cheese it up with the Cheesy Pub chicken sandwich and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
Break free from a world of data limits. Welcome to the new C Spire $65 Unlimited Everything Plan. You don't need an army to join. This is your plan, like no other plan on the planet. C Spire $65 Unlimited Everything. Get the plan that changes everything.
Save $200 on any tablet when you buy a new smartphone.
Hi, I'm Dr. Elijah Arrington III of Fundren Dental.
Are you tired of keeping up with a partial denture? Are you embarrassed by loose dentures and having to take your teeth out to eat? One visit to the Little Blue House on the corner may change your smile and your life. We have some of the lowest fees in town in regard to cosmetic dental implants. Throw away that partial and let us recreate your smile permanently. Look us up at fondrendental.com or call 601-981-4322. Don't overpay for your cosmetic treatment. Financing is available.
Tasty chicken, low prices at the Chicken Outlet. Breaded chicken party wings, 10 pounds for $12. Fully cooked chicken tortilla chips, 2 cans for $1.50. The Chicken Outlet, Highway 80 in Morton, and now on Airport Road in Pearl across from Raceway. Tasty chicken, low prices at the Chicken Outlet. New beef barbacoa, 10 pounds for $20. Jumbo party wings, 40 pounds for $50. The Chicken Outlet, Highway 80 in Morton, and now on Airport Road in Pearl across from Raceway.
In the Kitchen with Chef Jeff is sponsored by the Chicken Outlet.
The United States will soon boost supplies and other aid going to Africa. Stephanie Bell-Flynn is here now to explain what it's for. Stephanie.
Maggie, it's to help combat the ongoing and out-of-control outbreak of Ebola. President Obama is scheduled to travel to the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta tomorrow, where he will announce details of the plan. The effort could include sending mobile hospitals, more healthcare providers, and other supplies. The president is also expected to encourage Congress to approve a proposed $88 million funding bill for the initiative. The virus has killed more than 2,400 people in West Africa. A new study suggests the brain may have the ability to compensate for damage caused by Alzheimer's disease. Researchers train the brain trace the measured brain activity of older adults with and without the protein tangles that are a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Both groups performed equally well on a series of memory tests. Those with the tangles showed more brain activity when they were asked to remember specific details. Scientists believe that this may mean our brains have methods of working around early damage from Alzheimer's. However, they're still working to find the reason for this. A new blade-free procedure is giving new sight to people clouded by cataracts. Brittany Glasser finds out how the LensX laser technology works and how it differs from standard cataract surgeries.
So how's it doing?
64-year-old Patricia Addison has worn glasses or contacts since 5th grade, but it wasn't until about 2 years ago that her vision took control of her life.
I could not judge a distance anymore. I wasn't sure of myself. Behind the wheel of a car, no.
Addison had to depend on her husband to drive and had to settle for less than stellar sight while she put off cataract surgery.
The blurriness, yeah, my vision was bad.
Ophthalmologist Donald Falgu says the cataracts that this patient developed are pretty common in the aging population.
Basically, a cataract is the lens in the eye becoming cloudier as people age.
Dr. Falgu and fellow ophthalmologist Brian McCullough have performed countless standard cataract surgeries using a blade to get access to the cataract.
It's still a very good way of having cataract surgery, but it does have a little less precision than we'd have with the laser.
The LensX system automates some of the most challenging steps of cataract surgery with precise, repeatable incisions, all done with an image-guided laser.
There's a little soft contact lens that's brought down on the eye, and that's the interface for the laser. And there's real-time imaging as far as the depth, and it makes an incision into the cataract, and then it breaks up the cataract in a much gentler way than the standard fashion.
The removal of those pieces is also done more quickly, followed by the new lens implants, all while the patient's eye is numb.
No pain, a little bit of pressure, not much.
Addison had a standard cataract procedure on her left eye and the laser on her right. While she's seeing clearly through both eyes today, she said the standard procedure wasn't quite as easy.
It was more physical. In other words, he had to go in there and break the cataract up himself and pull it out, so it's a little different.
The laser is ideal for most cataract patients, especially those with astigmatism. Standard is still the way to go for those with corneal scars and opacities.
The laser cataract procedure from start to finish takes about a half hour. Some insurance covers a portion of the cost, but you'll need to check with your coverage to know the exact out-of-pocket expense. New study shows that confusion over when to prescribe antibiotics may lead to them being overprescribed. Researchers looked at a decade of cases from pediatric patients seeking care for respiratory infections. Over 57% of patients were prescribed an antibiotic. That treatment is only effective for treating bacterial infections. However, only an estimated 27% of those that received treatment actually had bacterial infections. Researchers believe the lack of testing may be able to distinguish between viral and bacterial illness is the reason for the problem. Okay. New study shows that emotions often play a role when it comes to teens and marijuana use. Stress and sadness are both listed as reasons for smoking. Researchers found that those who use marijuana regularly were more likely to use the drug in the 24 hours after a negative experience. Experts say although pot may help teens feel better at first, they usually end up feeling worse, starting a cycle of addiction. Marijuana use did not have the same association with positive life benefits. How often you're behind the wheel could affect your mood. That's the thought in a new study suggesting that how we get to work may determine our happiness. Researchers asked adult commuters in Great Britain about their commute as well as their overall well-being. Those who walked, biked, or used public transportation said they were better able to concentrate, felt less stress, and were happier than those who mostly drove to work. Maggie?
Thanks, Stephanie. Well, if you're trying to land a job, the city you live in could play a major factor in landing you your dream gig. A new survey suggests parts of the country expect an increase in the labor force. The survey was released by Manpower Group, an employment services firm. Analysts asked more than 18,000 employers in the 100 largest U.S. cities about their hiring plans for the 3-month period ending in December. They found employers in 47 states plan to increase their payrolls during the fourth quarter of this year. 3 Texas cities rank among the top 5. More consumer news now. 19 wrongful death claims are eligible for payments from General Motors stemming from their faulty ignition switches. Ken Feinberg, hired by GM to handle their compensation investigation, says so far he's received 125 death claims. Feinberg says 19 so far are eligible for payments and the families will be receiving payments before Thanksgiving. According to investigators, it's taking some time to process all the claims because many of the accidents happened several years ago.
Age of the accidents. You see here, we're reconstructing accidents that occurred 10 years ago. The car is gone, the black box data is missing, and we have to use circumstantial evidence, photos, police reports, to reconstruct the accident to show likelihood the ignition switch.
GM has admitted knowing about the ignition switch problem for more than 10 years. However, the company did not begin recalling ignition switches in 2.6 million vehicles until earlier this year. Another car maker is making headlines after safety concerns, this time at certain models of Ford Fiestas. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating reports from dozens of drivers complaining the doors won't stay closed on some of the subcompact cars. Now, the probe covers about 205,000 Fiestas from the 2011 through 2013 model years. A few people say the doors opened while the cars were being driven. One person was hurt. Ford is telling owners to contact their dealers. Now here's a look at what's on tonight here on WLBT.
Hometown Medical has provided me the mobility and the movement that I need to get around. I would recommend Hometown Medical to anyone needing a wheelchair or a scooter or a power chair. I'm able to move around my home comfortably and freely. Hometown Medical has given me the independence that I need, and I am really an independent fellow.
For all your medical equipment needs, visit Hometown Medical in Vicksburg and Flowood. Hometown Medical.
Getting good internet service can be a challenge, but now there's Exceed, the satellite internet service you can get just about anywhere. Hey!
Hey, Zoe.
Oh, hey, Zoe. Hi, guys. So tell me, how do you exceed?
Well, video, social media, Instagram.
Lots of stuff. And our old internet service provider?
It was awful, but Exceed rocks.
Switch to Exceed Internet today. Plans start at just $39.99 per month when you bundle with home phone or TV.
So, Betsy, how do you exceed?
Oh, I'm online all the time. It's so much better than our old satellite service.
That's great.
And if I want the grandkids to visit, I've got to have fast internet.
I love it. Now you can get Exceed and have super fast speed wherever you live, for whatever you do.
For a limited time, get double the data when you order Exceed Internet. Plans start at just $39.99 per month when you bundle with home phone or TV service. Call 855-314-6222 today.
Having Humana as your Medicare partner helps close the gap between you and the care you deserve.
My hip was so bad, I could hardly move.
He needed a hip replacement fast, so I tried to speed things up a little.
She helped me find a great specialist.
After the surgery, I called to check on his recovery and set up a visit.
You know, I never expected this much care from a Medicare plan.
It's good to see you.
Let's close the gap between people and care. Learn more at humana.com/partners.
Choose a Big Mac or 10-piece Chicken McNuggets extra value meal for $5.
Carla, conqueror of the morning. You deserve an amazing breakfast.
Pamper your morning with our sausage McGriddle sandwich for only $1.
4 children and 2 adults not seen in over a week. We'll have a live report on the latest in the search for these Canton residents. And a pressing question facing dozens of nations today: how can the world handle the threat posed by ISIS? We'll look at the coalition aimed at taking them on next at 4:30.
Now with the new Mississippi News Now mobile app, you'll never be without Mississippi News. From msnewsnow.com to text and email alerts for breaking news and weather. Mississippi News Now, it's all right here in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by Cars R Us, Trucks Too. Best price, most value.
News is brought to you by Wilson Kia on Lakeland. Where there's a Wilson, there's a way.
Lobster Bites are back at Captain D's. Try them in our delicious fish and lobster bites meal. Also enjoy favorites like our Southern-style whitefish or 12-piece butterfly shrimp. Plus, customize each meal with your choice of 2 sides and hush puppies. For full meals at just $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
For answers to legal questions regarding your automobile accident case, visit forthepeople.com, our consumer website. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Ever been surprised by a bill? A big bill that's higher than expected? Entergy's online tools let you take control. Try level billing so there are no surprises. Pick a due date that works for you. And sign up for alerts to remind you when your bill is due. Make your bills fit your budget. Don't wait another month. Take action today at EnergyIdeas.com. That's the power of people. Entergy.
It's here, Ford's Great American Tailgate Event, featuring America's best-selling brand. Introducing Ford Edge, Explorer, Escape, and the 2015 Ford Expedition, all powered by EcoBoost technology. Hurry in to Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. Now, during the Great American Tailgate Event, get Escape, Edge, or Explorer for 0% financing for 72 months, only at your Mid-South Ford dealer.
You must be the guys from Somalia.
Sudan.
Did your luggage come down the chute?
The job she never wanted.
What's her story, anyway? I had 34 brothers and sisters, and they all gone but one.
Will become the family
I don't think they're gonna make it if they're not together.
she never expected.
You're being asked to make choices no one should have to make.
She's a child refugee of war.
Reese Witherspoon.
I'm wondering if your agency would approve me hosting a refugee.
You sure you're ready to take this on?
Definitely.
The Good Lie. Rated PG-13. Starts October 3rd.
Something amazing is happening at Captain D's. Try our new fish and lobster bites meal, Southern-style whitefish, or 12-piece butterfly shrimp. For full meals at just $4.99, it's gotta be D's. And for amazing meals for kids, try our new 3D Kids meals featuring The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD.
You're watching Mississippi's best newscast. 3 on your side. The WLBT 4:30 p.m. report.
The Mississippi Bureau of Investigations continues their search for 4 missing children out of Canton. They have not been seen since last week. David Kenny is live in Madison County now with the very latest. David.
Yeah, Canton police still believe these missing children are traveling with their parents, and today the parents were charged with kidnapping, which really increases the intensity of the search for these missing kids. Now, the children are ages 1, 2, 5, and 6. They were last seen on September 7th at their home at 940 Oliver Street in Canton. Today, we learned the parents, Sonia Coronado and Fernando Palayo, did not have full custody of those children. The Department of Human Services had removed the children from the home in the past after allegations of abuse. They were recently returned on a trial status after Palayo had been indicted on 2 counts of felony child abuse involving 2 of the children.
Our main concern is finding out where these 4 children are, and they just so happen to be 4 young females. So although we do want the father and the mother in custody, we really need to find out where these children are.
Investigators say Fernando Palayo was the father of the 2 youngest children and the stepfather to the oldest 2 kids that are missing. Coming up at 5 o'clock, I'll explain the legal charges he was facing, and we'll also talk to Madison County and Rankin County District Attorney Michael Guest and have him weigh on the issue of this missing family. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, David. Wanted in Leake County today. Take a look at this video from the Leake County Sheriff's Office. Yesterday morning around 9, a black man entered the Pine Tree store on Highway 16 west of Carthage. Armed with a handgun, he demanded money from the clerk. Investigators say the armed robber got away with some $300. No one was hurt. If you can help catch this thief, call 601-267-7361. 6 more Mississippi school districts are joining a lawsuit against the state over shortfalls in education funding. With the additions announced Monday, there are now 20 plaintiffs in a lawsuit filed by former Governor Ronnie Musgrove. A Musgrove spokesman says the new plaintiffs are school districts in Greene County, Humphreys County, North Bolivar, West Bolivar, and the cities of Forest and Leland. The lawsuit seeks money to make up for budget shortfalls since 2010 because the legislature has not fulfilled obligations of the Mississippi Adequate Education Program. Musgrove filed the lawsuit August 28th. The Magnolia State moves up in national deer collision rankings. New State Farm data shows Mississippi drivers are now 6th in the nation for deer collision risk. Last year, Mississippi was ranked 8th. According to new claims data from State Farm, the odds drivers will hit a deer in Mississippi in the coming year are 1 out of 84. That's twice the national average of 1 in 169. This keeps Mississippi in the top 10 list of states for the likelihood of a deer vehicle collision. For the 8th year in a row, West Virginia tops the list of states where a collision is most likely with 1 in 39 odds. Secretary of State John Kerry is on the road building a coalition to fight ISIS militants. It's all part of the president's plan to dismantle, then destroy the terror group, which has taken over parts of Iraq and Syria. Mary Maloney looks at who is on board and who is not.
In Paris, a fragile coalition appears to be taking shape against ISIS. So far, about 40 nations have agreed to take on at least a limited role in the fight against the militant group. Among them is France, which has begun surveillance flights over Iraq.
This terrorist movement pretends founding a state. Such as the threat, it is a global one, and there must be a global response.
But perhaps even more telling are the Middle East countries who have expressed a willingness to get involved as ISIS runs rampant across Syria and Iraq. The threat posed by ISIS is so unprecedented that it's not at all certain anyone knows how to deal with it.
We can transfer weapons, we can train, but we cannot really transfer political will. And at the heart of any war is the need for those governments on the ground to have political will to resist.
Secretary of State John Kerry insists this is not a rush to war. One military analyst agrees it's something totally different.
This is us trying to get other countries to fight the war for us. We're willing to provide the air power, we're willing to provide the logistics, the intelligence, even some funding, but we want other people to send their troops.
The urgency to do something was greatly ramped up over the weekend when ISIS beheaded a third Westerner, British aid worker David Haynes. ISIS is believed to be holding several other prisoners from the U.S. and other countries. I'm Mary Maloney in Atlanta for WLBT News.
President Barack Obama honors heroes from the Vietnam War today at a White House ceremony. The president bestowed the Medal of Honor on Army Command Sergeant Major Benny G. Atkins and posthumously to Army Specialist Donald P. Sloat for their acts of bravery in the Vietnam War. Atkins, an Alabama native, was honored for running through enemy fire to rescue his fellow soldiers during a 1966 battle. Sloat was killed in action while attempting to shield his fellow soldiers from an exploding grenade in Vietnam in 1970. President Obama says although the Vietnam War was nearly half a century ago, those veterans deserve thanks and respect. Congress granted an exemption to allow the president to present the medals.
You served with valor, you made us proud, and your service is with us for eternity. So no matter how long it takes, no matter how many years go by, we will continue to express our gratitude for your extraordinary service.
The Medal of Honor is awarded to members of the military who have risked their lives on the battlefield above and beyond the call of duty. A carjacking suspect is in custody in Oklahoma City after he led police in a high-speed chase. Police say the suspect stole this taxi cab, then led them on a pursuit through the northeast part of the city. The thief, wearing a blonde wig, got out of the cab and ran through some tall grass where he tried to hide from the officers. A news chopper pilot hovered over the man so officers could nab him. It's that time of year again, cold and flu season. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll get the bug. We've got some ways to avoid them straight ahead. Plus, could we be seeing some relief from our pain at the pump? The answer coming up.
The temperature's heading back up today. Most of us in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees right now, but another cold front is headed this way. We'll talk about what it will mean for us coming up in our full forecast in just a bit.
Have you noticed your carpet and furniture fading this summer? Could be because of those old windows not blocking out the ultraviolet rays. Why don't you call us here at Royal Windows and Siding during Dollar Days and get the Thermo King window with Thermo King Plus glass. A triple coating of low E. We're going to block out the ultraviolet rays. We're going to give your home an energy upgrade. And there's not a color on the outside we can't match. If we don't have it, we'll make it for you. Beautiful windows, whatever size you need. Bay, bow, double hung, slider. Call in now during Dollar Days. You buy 3 windows, you get the 4th for just $1. That's $1. Call in today. Call the toll-free number. No payments, no interest till 2015. And if you call right now for a limited time, only during this program, you get a $50 restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. You buy 3 windows, you get the 4th for $1 during Dollar Days at Royal Windows and Siding. Call for a free estimate and special savings during Dollar Days.
Volunteer Mississippi can help you find ways to serve others.
Here's a shining example of people working hand in hand.
I collect cans of scrap metal, and the proceeds each and every month go to a different charity. Mississippi Baking matches my contributions dollar for dollar, and it's a win-win situation for the community and for the environment.
Mid-South Baking Company believes in our volunteers. Strengthen your company and your community relations by visiting msnewsnow.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. As a wife and mother, I know what goes into running a household. Bills to pay, responsibilities for our family, and of course preparing for the future. But sometimes our live streams come to a standstill in seconds due to no fault of our own as a result of an accident. If you have questions about your legal rights, I invite you to visit forthepeople.com or call 1-800-MORGAN-LAW. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Unclaimed Freight's Furniture Showplace is in the final days of business. And after 42 years, 2 words. Negotiate, negotiate. Final days. Negotiate your best deal now on all remaining fine furniture, mattress sets, leather, and more. If you're reasonable, it's yours. With so much great furniture and just days to go, we have no other choice and no other option but to negotiate. Howard Miller floor clocks, half off. Oriental rugs, 70% off. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms. Negotiate, negotiate. If you're reasonable, it's yours. Unclaimed Freight's Furniture Showplace. Final days, going out of business forever. Negotiate, negotiate. Open Sunday noon to 5.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Michael Haynes.
Well, feeling more like September today after a very pleasant weekend. Temperatures now in the upper 80s to near 90. Jackson at 88, Natchez at 88, but many spots this afternoon actually made it into the low 90s where the temperatures have dropped down. Jackson made it to 91 this afternoon. Natchez made it to 90, Vicksburg 90, Macomb 90. Now, the reason the temperatures are coming down in some spots just because of some clouds developing up above. You see this band of clouds riding along I-20 here. We also have a few showers developing in South Mississippi. Nothing widespread though. You see this one right here in western Simpson County, back along Highway 49, but the better coverage of showers and storms in southeast Mississippi right now. But to our north, look at this. Another cold front. North of that front in the 60s, south of the front in the 70s, upper 70s, all the way to the low 90s as you get toward the Gulf Coast. And we do have some rain in advance of that. And we are expecting this front to continue to edge south, arriving in North Mississippi late tonight and tomorrow morning. As it does, it will kick off some showers and storms during the day tomorrow. Even the possibility for a few showers late tonight and early tomorrow morning in North Mississippi, north of Highway 82, then becoming a bit more widespread tomorrow, late tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Although it will not rain everywhere, this will still be a case where we have a scattering of showers and storms, about a 4 in 10 chance for any one spot to get wet during the day tomorrow. And that front will not deliver any substantially cooler air. It'll pull the temperatures back down close to average, which is in the upper 80s, near 88 degrees Tuesday. And then we'll still make it only to upper 80s to near 90 degrees by Thursday. So no substantial cool down here. Now in the tropics, nothing major going on in the Gulf of Mexico. We have Hurricane Odell going up the Baja California Peninsula. That will weaken though, producing lots of rain for that area. Hurricane Edward out here in the Atlantic, no change in the track here. It will turn to the north, northeast, heading back out to sea, and no problems in the U.S. from that system. Don't forget, you can track the tropics and all the latest weather information on our First Alert weather app, and you can find us on msnewsnow.com. 70 degrees by early tomorrow morning, mild and muggy. A few showers early this evening. 88 degrees during the day tomorrow. A scattering of showers and storms. Then no substantial heat relief here, although temperatures will stay in the upper 80s. You'll notice a little bit of a difference by Wednesday and Thursday mornings when we drop down into the 60s. So that'll feel fairly pleasant. Maggie?
Thanks, Michael. If you're a parent, you'll want to find out what's responsible for sending thousands of young children to the hospital. More on that next in Medical Matters. And there is a critical need for some items that you may be able to easily part with. How you can help the Salvation Army straight ahead.
I love it. I think my house is the prettiest house in the neighborhood. I think it looks new and fresh, and the windows definitely make a difference.
Thank you, Carol. She called us here at Royal Windows and Siding. Remember, we make our windows in our own factory. Beautiful windows that just open up a room. You'll love the ease of operation. Lots of colors to choose from. If we don't have the color on the outside you want, we'll make it for you. Call right now during Dollar Days here at Royal Windows and Siding. Over 17,000 satisfied customers. We're going to do the job on time and on budget. We take the risk out of home improvement. Buy 3 windows, get the 4th for $1 during Dollar Days. No payments, no interest till 2015. Get huge savings on new windows. Give your home an energy upgrade. And if you call in now, no interest, no payments till 2015. Our windows are easy to operate, and it's easy to get a $50 restaurant.com if you call now. Gift certificate with your in-home estimate. Royal Windows and Siding will do more for you.
Many of us will need dentures, and now there's a new alternative, but it's not available everywhere. At Lakeshore Dental Group, Dr. John Gillespie can provide mini dental implants. In about 2 hours, you can have the smile you want at a price you can afford, and you won't have to worry about annoying pastes to hold them in place. Why worry about loose-fitting dentures or be embarrassed by your smile? With payment plans available, there's no reason not to explore all your options. Dr. Gillespie can make your smile better and help you enjoy the food you want, and he can do it quickly and affordably. Lakeshore Dental Group makes it possible. Call for your appointment today.
Ready for a great career? DeVry University's Merit-Based Career Catalyst Scholarship can help you get started with up to $20,000 for qualified new students. Apply now and start working toward your career, like DeVry grad Shelley Joseph.
As a student at DeVry, a business career was my goal. This was my career training ground. My professors were also my coaches. Their guidance helped me find career success at Microsoft.
Find your success with our Career Catalyst Scholarship. Classes start October 27th. Get started now. Visit DeVry.edu.
With little ones going back to school and the flu and cold season just around the corner, perfect time to start practicing good health habits to keep germs away.
It's a season for ickiness. Germs, colds, and viruses like the flu are getting ready to descend on your family, and you need to be prepared. What are some of the best ways to avoid getting sick this winter? Here are a few tips. Beware of close contact. Try to give people their space. A lot of germs can be transferred from person to person just by breathing on each other. Stay at home when you fall ill. Goes without saying, you may feel okay, but you can pass germs to others at school and work if you're still contagious. When you cough, cover your mouth and nose. Some health experts say the best way to avoid transferring germs is to sneeze or cough into your elbow. That way you don't spread anything with your hands. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, or nose. Germs are often spread when someone touches something that is contaminated and then touches these areas of the face, which are traditionally moist. And clean your hands. This is the #1 way to protect against nasty germs. Soap and water does the trick, but if you have an alcohol-based sanitizer, that can work in a pinch.
A U.S. government study shows a relatively small number of medications are responsible for sending thousands of young kids to the hospital for accidental ingestion. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports each year between 2007 and 2011, about 9,500 children under the age of 6 had to go to the hospital after getting a family's medication. The findings say narcotic painkillers like OxyContin, Percocet, and Vicodin were among the top culprits. This is the last week to get your ticket to win this year's St. Jude Dream Home. The Dream Home is worth $415,000 and located in Flowood's Latter Rain subdivision. Has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This Sunday, September 21st, we will draw the winner of the home and several other great prizes. The St. Jude Telethon will air from 2 until 4 o'clock on WLBT. We've extended open house hours this week beginning Wednesday. You can visit the home every day from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. through Saturday. You can also purchase a $100 ticket there, or you can call this number, 1-800-371-6789. 2 major hospitals are set to launch studies of the Apple Health Kit. This is to see how the new app may help people with diabetes and other chronic diseases. The Health Kit system allows patients to streamline data from various health apps so that it can be viewed by doctors in one place. Stanford University will use the Health Kit to track blood sugar levels for children with diabetes. Duke University is developing a way to track blood pressure, weight, and other measurements for cancer and heart disease. Maggie?
Thanks, Stephanie. And speaking of Apple products, records are already broken with iPhone 6 pre-orders. The iPhone 6 went on sale this past Friday. Apple says it has taken a record 4 million pre-orders for the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. Some customers say they could not even access the website, and others say they encountered long delays. Both of the new phones will be available in stores this Friday, September 19th. According to a new Caring.com report, nearly half of family caregivers spend more than $5,000 per year on caregiving expenses. Those expenses include out-of-pocket cost for medications, medical bills, in-home care, nursing homes, and more. 1/3 of family caregivers spend more than 30 hours per week on caregiving, making it almost the equivalent of a full-time job. The study also found only 3 in 10 caregivers have spoken to their loved ones about how to pay for care. Good news about prices at the pump. Gasoline prices in the metro area are continuing to drop. Average retail gasoline prices in Jackson have fallen 3.2 cents per gallon in the past week, averaging $3.10 a gallon. This is according to Gas Buddy's daily survey of 273 gas outlets in Jackson. This compares with the national average that has fallen 4.2 cents per gallon in the last week to $3.39 a gallon. And to find the lowest gas prices in the metro area, just go to our website, msnewsnow.com, and click on Jackson gas prices on our homepage. Microsoft also wants to join in on the fun of the video game Minecraft. They are buying the game's developer Mojang for $2.5 billion. Since 2009, Minecraft has had more than 100 million downloads on the PC alone. It also has a huge online community around the world. Mojang says the relationship began when it developed Minecraft for Microsoft's Xbox. Rising credit debt may put a damper on holiday budgets this year. According to a recent CardHub.com study, consumers paid off $32.5 billion in debt from January to March, but they charged $28.2 billion from April to June. That's the largest buildup of credit in 6 years and puts the average household's credit card debt at about $6,800. The Salvation Army is in desperate need of your help to continue its work. The family thrift shop was destroyed by fire back in January 3rd, and construction is nearly complete on the new store. Captain Ken Chapman says the clothing and furniture donations will help get the organization back on their feet.
We're struggling to get back on our feet. We'll get there. This community is so generous, and they'll help us, and they helped us right after the fire. So we want to serve the community in a greater capacity, and we're just about 8 to 10 days away from that, so hallelujah for that.
You can drop off donations at any of the 3 Salvation Army locations, Presto Lane or Raymond Road in Jackson and Highway 80 in Pearl. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Make it a September to remember at Wilson Hyundai on Lakeland Drive. Get the all-new 2015 Sonata for just $189 a month with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Dream today where there's a Wilson Hyundai on Lakeland and wilsonhyundai.com.
Tired of fighting the hedges to paint the window ledge? Don't do that anymore. If you hire someone, boy, the price keeps going up. Call us here at Royal Windows and Siding. We can install ThermaKing windows in your home with ThermaKing Plus Glass, a triple coating of low E. These windows just look great in the house. And we've said before, if we don't have the color on the outside, we'll make it for you. Lots of colors to choose from on the inside, including wood grains to warm up the interior of your home. Call the toll-free number right now during Dollar Days for beautiful windows. Give your home an energy upgrade. Call Royal Windows and Siding today. During Dollar Days, you buy 3 windows and you get the 4th for just $1. $1 never bought so much these days. And no payments, no interest till 2015. Take advantage of special savings right now on custom-made energy-efficient windows from Royal Windows and Siding. And for a limited time, last chance in this program to get the $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Royal Windows and Siding. Check us out at royalwindows.com.
Hi, I'm Robert Rex McRaney Jr. Here at the McRaney Law Firm, it's a family affair. Even though I'm the attorney, my whole family works with me. We're all working hard to help people get back on their feet. The McRaney Law Firm can stop foreclosures, repossessions, and garnishments. We can get the creditors off your back. Call today and find out how a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy can help you out of your financial crisis. We're not just a family law firm, we're your friends.
You know, this waffle cone is actually more like a sundae.
Plus, you can eat the waffle, which makes it way better than a regular sundae.
Way better.
It's like a Sunday, Sunday, Sunday with Reese's peanut butter cups and chocolate.
And real strawberry.
Oh, you make strawberry sound intense.
A lot of people don't know this, but strawberry is very densely packed with vitamin C.
Nerd alert!
The new waffle cones, Sunday, Sunday, Sundays, with real ice cream and premium toppings. And start your day with a 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
It's final model year clearance at Wilson Premier Hyundai on I-55 with new Hyundai starting at just $14,860 or $3,000 off all 2014 Elantra.
Where there's a Wilson, there's on the corner of Steed Road and I-55 North and WilsonPremierHyundai.com.
Many of you may be headed out from work or running some errands this Monday evening. Let's check in now with Skycopter 3 and EJ Rivers. EJ.
Thank you, Maggie. It's a Monday afternoon, and it looks like everything's flowing smoothly right now. I do know that I heard that the Mississippi Children's Museum off of LaFleur's Bluff is closed this week for parents hoping to take their kids out there. They're doing their annual fall fix-up. The cars that you see in the parking lot are volunteers that are coming in to help spruce the place up. They do this every year, and it will reopen again 9 a.m. on Friday morning. That's the Mississippi Children's Museum. Right now, we're above I-20. We are headed eastbound, headed out to Brandon. They're doing some work on the on-ramp in the downtown Brandon exit. We're going to check that out. No accidents reported at this time. Be checking mstraffic.com for more updates, and we'll be back more in just a bit with Skycopter. I'm EJ.
Thanks so much, EJ. And coming up tonight at 5, the Madison County Sheriff's Department has made an arrest of a drug dealer who was allegedly been distributing or who has been distributing synthetic LSD. We'll tell you about that. And there's still damage to some buildings from last year's hailstorm at the state hospital at Whitfield. We'll tell you why there's been a delay in repairing those buildings. All of that coming up next on the 5 p.m. report.
Now with the new Mississippi News Now mobile app, you'll never be without Mississippi News. From msnewsnow.com to text and email alerts for breaking news and weather. Mississippi News Now, it's all right here in the palm of your hand. Sponsored by Cars R Us, trucks too. Best price, most value.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
You thought the season was over, but there's one more all-new Ninja. USA! America's best take on the world.
Making history on American soil.
New American Ninja Warrior, USA versus the world. Tonight, 8/7 Central, here on NBC.
This is their lives. This is their chance.
That's what I love about The Voice.
We won! We did it!
My mama must be crying right now.
The Voice returns next Monday, followed by the premiere of The Blacklist here on NBC.
It's a new NFL football season, and the highlights start here with the game-changing GMC Sierra, featuring the most fuel-efficient gas V8 pickup engine ever. Get into the game at GMC's kickoff event. Now pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $1,000 bonus cash on any 2014 GMC Sierra 1500. Plus get 1 year of SiriusXM, including every NFL game.
See your Mississippi Select GMC dealers.
It's a fact. The summer heat is here, and that can mean big electricity bills. So let's get moving. Raise your thermostat a few degrees and let your fans do the rest. Caulk around windows to keep the cool air in, and on the sunny side of the house, close those blinds. Simple things can cut your electricity bills way, way down. So don't wait. Find more ideas to lower your bill at EnergySavings.com. That's the power of people. Entergy.
For answers to your legal questions, visit forthepeople.com or on your cell phone, dial #law. Being connected, staying connected. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Great Andrews Ford Lincoln, we cannot wait. The 2014 closeout starts now.
Get 0% financing for 72 months on almost every remaining 2014 Ford on the lot. Fusion SE, $19,875. Edge SE, $8,500 off, or 0 for 72. F-150 XLT, $14,000 off the MSRP, or finance it for 60 months at 0%.
The 2014 closeout is happening right now at Great Andrews Ford Lincoln, where we'll always beat your best deal, regardless.
You're watching Mississippi's Best Newscast. 3 on your side. The WLBT 5 p.m. report.
We've told you synthetic LSD is getting more prevalent in Mississippi. Now another arrest by the Madison County Sheriff's Department shows a link between the metro area and a popular college town. CJ LeMaster joins us live in the studio now with more. CJ.